This is BB Brace, and of course, the harlot is in my head all the time again, trying to make me sound even more crazier than normal. Because I was just watching a video on YouTube, and the guy's maybe an ex-military or ex-law enforcement police officer or whatever. And the first thing he said, he's teaching people about securing with security cameras or whatever, how they work, how to install them, which is the best ones, stuff like that. And the first thing that comes out of his mouth is not because I'm not one of those weirdos who thinks someone is out to get them. And that made me feel like I wanted to cry, because when it comes to me and you, whoever this is happening to, this thing really is happening to us. But because of the people who are doing this to us, we are being treated and seen as less than human beings. Less than. Less than. These fucking people who are doing this to us are the perpetrators. They are the bad guys. They are the evil ones. They belong in jail. They belong in the handcuffs. They are the powerless ones. They're only powerful when they're hiding in rafters and they can hide and poke at you from the dark. And that's mainly to do two things: to destroy you physically, because they are gassing you, poisoning you, putting all kinds of shit in your body, and destroying you psychologically, mentally, as well as they're destroying your reputation. Because they're putting you in a space where you are not safe. Like there's something wrong with you. And they want people to see you. Now, right off the top of your head, why would people go to such extreme lengths to make people believe there's something wrong with another person? To me, that is self-explanatory. The reason that they would do that in the first place. Why would someone go to such extreme lengths, or group of people or individual, which I don't think one individual can accomplish all this. There has to be a group of people. Why would they go to such extreme lengths to discredit another person and make them look like a fucking lunatic? Force them, because they come here, they poke, 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 until they get the desired reaction that they want. One person cannot do that. One person cannot do that. And she's in my head, they're done. They're done. It's like the woman is like a woman child. It's like a woman, but she has the mentality of a fucking dangerous, ugly, mutant child. Like the brain of a 2-year-old. Maybe she's accustomed to crawling children's heads. I don't know. And in some ways, it's safer for her to stay in that space. That way, like, she don't know anything. She doesn't know, she's just young and innocent and she's not bad. She likes, it's a freeness for her mind if she can stay in what she's found in maybe like a child's head. Because what's the fucking point? If they can crawl our heads, they can crawl children's heads, which should be easier for them. Should be easier for them. Because I have a feeling that child pornography is a big part of this. When I say child pornography, I don't mean, I think it's an elevated, escalated, uglier form of that. Because think about it. If they're coming into our heads and making us react this way, if they crawled somebody who is younger than us, is not as experienced as us, is not as hasn't lived yet, doesn't know the harsh realities of life. They're just a child, sheltered, right? What do you think is going to happen? They will easily make that child go either insane, crazy, or something bad, or cause them to grow up way too quickly, or do things to others or to themselves or to their parents. It's kind of child pornography, but in a different kind of child pornography. A very uglier, messier, more horrific version of child pornography. That's my take on it. Because think about it. If they can come into our heads, we have got a lot under our belts at this age. We're not newbies to this whole physical world thing. We've got a lot of experiences behind us. We've done a lot of things, a lot of growing up, a lot of ups and downs. And they can still find a way in and basically do this all day and fucking night to an innocent child who hasn't lived yet. How easy would it be for them to get in there? Very easy. And I believe that the woman who is doing this to me, and I know who it is, and she can kill me right now, I don't care. Because she's easy for her, it would be easy for them to enter children's heads. And I believe that that has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do why she's trying to kill me. Because she must have done something to someone she and I have heard about in common or known in common, which I don't think so. Because I don't know any of her friends. I don't know anything about her like that. We're not intimate like that. We spent some time together for 2 days in 2017, but that was months apart. And we didn't touch on any particular subject. We were in public places all the time. We were not like in a hotel room, doing thing or doing something, or in a motel room. We didn't really, we were in public places all the time. Except the time when we were in her car driving. And that was driving on the street. It's sort of like public. So, I don't know what's her deal, but I'm just saying how easy it would be for them to go into children's heads. She has the mentality of a child. Now, I'm thinking, look at what they're doing, right? And how they come at us, bam, bam, bam. They come at you like, I don't know how the people who were attacking you, in what form they came, but they came at me, bam, 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 bam. 3 phones, they're all going off at the same time. This one ringing, that one, they just, now, in addition to that, I was paranoid as shit. Something was wrong with me. People are jumping over the fucking fence at night. I had the plumbing in the back of my house. The plumbing for her cottage and mine were in the back of my house. And it used to clank something awful. Like when you turn on the faucet or the shower, it used to bang, 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 bang. And about 10 times a night, they would turn that on, keeping me awake. About 10 times a night, they would turn that on, keeping me awake. Now, text this woman. If this text messages from a phone text to her phone, she lived about 5 to 7 steps or 5 to 10 steps away from my cottage. Crossed away, very quiet. Shouldn't she at one time come over and tell me, well, girl, you know what? Stop texting me. My boyfriend doesn't approve of these texts. He's not abusive to me. He's not doing anything to me. I'm afraid he may file a restraining order against you, and let's not do that. Or he himself could have come over and say something to me. They chose not to. Because they wanted me to text her. They wanted to use that as a grounding for what they're doing, and they cannot. They had mouths. They could have said something. If it was really that bad, and it was life-threatening, these texts were life-threatening to them, were threatening their very existence on this planet, or something, they should have fucking said something. I mean, if it was bothering me that much, I would have said something. I'm sure it was bothering you that much. Wouldn't you have said something? I think so. I think so. I mean, what am I supposed to say here? If it was bothering you that much, you would have said something to me. I would have said something to them. When I thought that her boyfriend was being abusive to her, I said, come talk to me. Talk to your sister. Talk to somebody you trust. Talk to your co-workers. I was telling her, tell a lot of people. The reason why is the more people who know, that'll form like a security ring around you. I told her this. I go on Amazon, in a text I think I told her, or a recording I made, get a can of mace. They sell them on Amazon. And get a small camera and put it somewhere near the door. And if he's belligerent and pushing his way in your door, record him. And then show it to him and said, look, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to take this to the police. I was really under the impression this man was abusing her. And he was taking physical advantage of her. It wasn't that way. They were abusing other people. And I think that that's what the problem is with this. Something happened and the shit hit the fan for them. And I must have been one of their biggest targets. I must have been one of their biggest targets throughout the years. So this is why they want to, because with me, it's not just that, it's money. I have that are missing, it's money. It's my parents' ID. They could use the ID and just leave the country. They could go anywhere and hide. I don't know what they've done. I don't know what they've done. And whoever in my country, in my family background, my family line, cousins, aunties, whoever them, I don't think they are aware of what's happening to me. It has to be lying to me somewhere along the line. But this one is always in my head, let go of her money, let go of her money. Now, first of all, who the fuck is her? Who is she? And I want to know if she can give me a fucking loan. If she got some money, her, I'd like to borrow a few bucks from her to get back on my feet. Any money to give her, but I would like to get a couple of bucks. I really would like a small loan. If anybody can know who her is, please tell me. Because that's what I hear all the fucking time. Let go of her money. Who the fuck is she? Who is this her? Is it somebody's name? Her? Hey, her. You got a loan? Give me a loan here. If you're watching this, I need a loan, her. A small loan. As you can see, I'm getting hacked all the time and my business is getting fucked up. So her, please give me a loan. If I can start working, I'll pay you back with interest. Because that's all I keep hearing all the fucking time in my head. Let go of her money. I don't know who the fuck her is. Who is anyone of y'all ever know who her is? Please tell me. Because I have no idea who she is. And I'm tired of hearing it. Look in my any bank account I had. If they find money, I'll split it with them, as Quincy said. I'll split it with them. I don't have any fucking money. I don't understand. I used to have money. My biggest problem was I was not a good money manager and I used to spend it as soon as I got it. Now I regret that. That's my fault. I can't blame that on her. Well, the stalker, the stalker slash killer. I can't blame it on her. Because I earned it and I spent it. I cannot blame that on her. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't understand, but if any way y'all know who her is, please let me know. And ask her for me that if she can give me a small loan. Tell her I don't have her money, and I would like a small loan on top of that. I don't know. Because she keeps saying this all the time, let go of her money, let go of her money. Who the fuck is she? Who is her? She's been hacking me for how long? Of course she knows I don't have any fucking money. They're the one hacking me. Look at what they're doing, and then they're saying I must let go of her money. You think I could steal money from them and they wouldn't know? The rate how they're hacking here? I was thinking of something about these phones. My theory is this. Is that they're using this 5G network. And what they're doing, everybody in connection with me, it's gotta be, I'm just one link in the chain here. I'm in the loop, they call it a loop. That's one of the things the psychic had said, is who is in the loop. I guess I'm a part of that loop. loop. So the loop would be people they stole from, would be people they victimized over the years, people they have fucked up, men, women, or children. That's the loop. Now everybody is in this loop and their phones are connected to each other. Believe what's happening. That would be my phone, my modem, my router, my smart TV, my desktop, my tower. Even though it's non-Wi-Fi, it's still connected. Because they're a one-stop shop. Every fucking device you got, even imaginary devices, are connected in this loop. But you magnify all of that because they have to have somewhere where they're watching all of this. They're watching all of this. See, I don't understand how to do this. They have to be watching everybody to see now what are they going to do, what are they going to say, where are they going to go, how far are they going to get, who's going to pay attention to them, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. They got into this. Did they stop to think that they were going to have to kill us? Did they stop to think that if one day, after they have gotten and amounted and amassed a certain amount of cash, that they would have to do away with us? Because we now would be a threat to these people. We now would be a threat to them. Because I feel like they have to see me as a threat somehow. Why the fuck else would they try to kill me? Because the woman is trying to kill me. She's now watching me. She's gassing me all fucking day long. It's just because I don't have access to that. Because if I did, I would have gone in there and tried to get her out already. There's no way. I would have nailed that sucker shut. I would have nailed it shut. How they're getting in and out of the building, I don't. But I know somebody's up there because it's not my imagination. Neither is the cat. So anybody, think about it. Stealing, right? They were stealing from a group of people. Or it's a large amount of money. Could be the sale of those stamps. I don't know. I'd seen some stamps sold for my country, sold for as a collection for $400 million, or about to be sold in 2014. I don't know if it's that. I doubt that, but it could be. I don't know. I saw that briefly, and I don't know where it is. That's a lot of money. That's a ransom that people will kill for. They call it a king's ransom. It's a lot of money. I don't know. I don't have any. I don't have it. I never got the pleasure of appraising them and selling them because we didn't know what we had, if that's them. I don't know. Whether it's that or whether it's $2 million or $20, it's still, I don't know. What is this loop? For me to be in this, the lucky member of being a lucky participant in this loop, because only the lucky and the privileged now, mind you, are part of this loop. Only the privileged and the privileged few are allowed to be a part of this loop. With that being said, what was my contribution? What did I not voluntarily contributed to this, to be a part of this esteemed loop? Because only a privileged few are a part of this loop. How did I get into such, it's amazing. It's the most wonderful thing. Gosh, I don't know. It's like, oh, how did I get here? My fans and shit. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I really am. I'm exhausted with this shit. It's not stopping. It's just not stopping. But anyway, if you ever get a hold of her, tell her I need a loan. Thank you.